This is it. We have already sold out of the orange, and we've sold out completely of the 30 count on this one. I'm going to tell you what else we have, but I'm going to tell you why. First of all, they taste like candy, but they only have 5 grams of sugar, which is the upper limit for me, and I think it is perfect because you want to be able to get your greens in. And here's the reason why. Oh, come, a little walk with me. This is a week's worth of your 8Greens Gummies that have your B12 and your B6 and your zinc and your vitamin C and things like that. This is also a week's worth of everything, the equivalency inside your gummies. So want to go to the grocery store today, and then also again on Monday, and then also again on Wednesday, and get all this. First of all, how to spend all that money. Oh, and then cook it, and then try to choke that stuff down. Just right on in there to all of that spinach. Go for it, right? No, this is easier. And by the way, it tastes great. I'm not asking you to change anything. I'm not asking you to stop eating the pie and the things with the cheese. And I know we were joking around, but I'm not telling Alberto he has to stop eating his chips. Actually, that's not true. I do tell him to stop eating his chips. But all you have to do is add this in, because this is getting you what you need, building blocks to your life, the essential nutrients that are going to make you feel better and that are just going to keep you better overall. Here's what's going on. 90% of you aren't getting the minimum amount of vegetables that they need. That's according to the CDC. And that is the minimum amount that you need. And there's a reason why you need them, because they have the vitamins that are going to keep you healthy longer. So if you're not eating those vegetables, this is what you need. Even when you do, like me, you still do it because you want to make sure. Here's how you fix that. You jump on into 8Greens, the tastiest way to get your greens ever. Here's what we have. We have left your peach, which is super popular. It's one of my favorites. That is so popular that it's an advanced order. The 60-day on this one ships to you on the 13th of January. We have fewer than 200. 90-day, fewer than 2,000. And then 120-day, which is where you should go. That's our most popular option overall, fewer than 3,000. Then we have the mango, which was sold out super early last time we had these, and it's going that way again. We have 5 dozen in the 60 count, a few more in the 90, and then the 120, and then, oh, the apple where it all started. No 30, but we have the 60, no 60 either. 90-day, we have 900 left, and 120, we have 1,200. Here's what they look like. Oh, it's gone. The 30-day is gone. That's okay. You have a choice over here. You get 2 of these for the 60-day. You get 3 for the 90. You get 4 for the 120. I want you to lean into you. You're worth it. You're taking care of everybody else. You might not be feeling so great. Your health is starting to crumble. You're just not doing the right. Your stress level is super, super high. This is one easy thing that you can do right now to help right some of the wrongs that are going on in your health and your wellness. But I want you to commit to doing it for the next 4 months. Don't do it for a month and then stop. Do it for the next 4 months. Grab that 120. It's also more of a savings, well over $100 over retail, and then another $42 over what you would pay for the 30 count. Plus a January 31st, 2025 return policy. So if you don't love them, you can always return them. They come to us from our dear friend, Dawn Russell. She's live. She came to see us. How are you? You know, she's a super busy gal. She's a mama. She lives over in London. She'll see her on the Today Show all the time. She's on all the talk shows. She's like BFFs with like all those. And so we don't get her here very often. But when we do, we love to tell your story, because this is the heart behind 8Greens.
There's a lot of heart, I'll tell you that. When I was 25, I had a very serious illness, and when Western medicine could do no more, I literally went to the basics of what am I putting in my mouth this moment. And this is what worked. And like everyone at home, I looked at it and it's so overwhelming, it's intimidating, it's expensive, it goes off, but we all need it. So I spent 5 years, and that was really the heart. Over 270 prototypes to get real greens. So there are 8 real greens in these gummies. And then the taste.
Yeah, the taste is super, super, super important. Talking about that. Well, no, you just put your phone in your mouth. Well, please tell me more.
I can talk.
Dawn, please tell me more. This was the original, and it's still, I think, one of my favorites. That's the apple.
This is the one that I think we get more right in saying, make sure you don't take the apple away. People are truly addicted. It's our very first one, and it's just like their staple.
I love it. It's got this little bit of, those little like, the things go off in your mouth.
Oh, the peach is...
Oh yeah, peach too. So peach is your son's favorite?
It's my son's favorite, and it's kind of, I mean, it's why it's the #1 seller, okay?
Yeah.
And it's because it's like a Georgia peach exploding in your mouth. All the flavors are from the peaches, the mangoes, and the apples, natural flavoring. So it is like a peach explodes in your mouth.
So a couple of like rules of thumb. So I do health coach and I do speak on this, and I have this thing where I say, you know, if you're going to eat from a package, with this I guess is considered a package. It's 5 ingredients or less and 5 grams of sugar or less. This falls into that. Sugar is not the enemy, friends. A little bit of real sugar, which is what you're getting with this, is so much better than fake sugar. Had she put sugar, alcohols, and other things in it, I would be like, absolutely not. 5 grams of sugar so that you can get your vegetables, I'm in every single day. I don't want you to say, well, I'm not going to eat it because it has sugar when you're out eating tons of sugar and no vegetables. Don't let the perfection be the enemy of your progress. You want to be able to get your vegetables in with a little bit of sugar and real ingredients, because the rest of the ingredients are spinach, organic aloe vera, organic wheatgrass. I mean, these are things that you can recognize and pronounce. If you're looking at the back of something and you don't know where it grew or where it mooed, like it's an animal, grew or mooed. I tried.
I was like, hang on, where are we going with that one?
If you don't know where it grew or where it mooed, you probably shouldn't eat it. These are real ingredients.
Yeah, these don't moo.
But we know where they grew.
But we know exactly
well,
where
maybe.
they grew. No,
not everybody does.
Absolutely the real ingredients, and that is, you cannot underestimate the value of real greens from the farm. The water's taken out, dehydration, and they're put into these gummies. No heat. Otherwise, it's just killed all the nutrients, and why do it? That is so important for any food you're having. So the real greens is something I'm very proud of, and that's why you have the 4 gummies today with the off-the-charts equivalencies.
And I will tell you, I've tried with my family to do all the things. The powders from everybody, cooking them actual vegetables, do this, nothing. But you know what they love? They love the gummies. So you know what I'm going to give them every single day? The gummies, the gummies, the gummies. Because then I at least know my 2 children that will only eat foods that are white will at least have something green, really good greens in them.
Oh, totally. I have the same thing. My kids, they'd eat crap all day, every day. Yeah, every kid would, right? And so
bagels, just all the bagels, please.
Yeah, mine's like the pizza. Yeah. I think they'd have a cheeseburger and a pizza every meal if they could.
And some of you might be saying that's me, and we're not judging. We're just mamas who are trying to do something good for our kids.
Totally no judgment.
And so we say the same thing to you. Like, that's how you eat. That's how you live. That's what you like. Great. Just get in your B vitamins, your C, your zinc, by eating a gummy that tastes like candy.
Absolutely. And let me tell you, there's no judgment. That's why I made these, because it's called reality. I mean, the reality is no one wants to eat these except this woman over here. And
I've taken a lot of training of my taste buds in order to get there.
Whew, I mean, that would be a lifetime for me and then some. Couldn't go there all the time unless I'm on my knees, so hence these.
Here's what you have a choice of. Peach, super popular. Do it. Here's what I think you should do. I think you should get 120 in the peach, and I think you should get 120 in the apple, because apple will come to you right away, and then peach comes to you on the 13th, and then you have 8 months of your gummies. We're not going to have them again at a price like this until at least then, because we do this today's special value once a year. You might see them again, but they won't be this low of a price. You have the peach, you have the mango, and then you have the apple.
And I believe this size is just QVC.
Yeah, we do the big one. And then you have your 60-day right here, which is 2. In the 60-day, 2 options left. That's all we have. Mango, 4 dozen, and 150 left in the peach. Oh my goodness, 60-day is going to be gone in a moment. Then there is the 90-day, which is 3 bottles. And we're out completely of the orange, and we're out completely of the 30-day supply. And then we have the 120, which is the most popular, and it's what you should do. I would get that in at least a couple of different ones. Come on over and show, like we talk about, eat your vegetables, eat your vegetables. The CDC says, eat your vegetables. And then people go, but why?
Here is why. The U.S. Department of Agriculture Food Database did these equivalencies for us, and these 4 gummies have as much as this, okay? So you have 15 cups of broccoli, which is the vitamin B5. You have 3 oranges, which is the vitamin C, 6 cups of spinach, which is vitamin B6, and the 7 cups of milk, which is vitamin B12. So think of your vitamin B's energy.
Yes.
And then that's your immunity.
Yeah. Energy, immunity, this is all on a cellular level. We're talking about all of those things that you need. Listen, B vitamins are so important to me in my life, and I've done way too much research on things like this, that I literally shoot them up every single week. Look, I take a needle to myself to give myself B vitamins. That's how important.
do?
I do. I shoot. Yeah. Which is totally legal. P.S. And by the way, don't look at me like I'm crazy.
No, it's impressive.
It's under doctor supervision. But
Yes.
that's how important B vitamins are. And you're probably not getting them. And if you are, maybe you don't know what kind of vitamin you're taking. Why not eat them in the form of a yummy gummy?
Oh, and I mean, yeah, I didn't know you did the shot, but they are so vital. Whenever I have to be careful with my words. Whenever I'm feeling depleted, it always is the bees.
Yeah, right.
It's just, it's your lifeline. And they have to be from the real greens, the real food. Because if you get an extract or concentrate in anything, I'm not talking about 8Greens, you then have heat applied, and then it's a moot point.
She's done her homework and of all the brands out there, and believe me, I've looked at all of them. This has the lowest amount of sugar, the lowest amount of like junk fillers and things like that in it, the highest quality greens, and they taste the best. That's the most important. Other gummies out there are like super chewy in your teeth, or they have too much sugar, or what. These are the tastiest, so you'll actually be compliant. That's the biggest problem I have with having people take supplements, is that they don't want to take the pills, they don't want to swallow it, they don't remember to. These you'll always remember because it's like dessert.
Yeah, I mean, my kid for me, they're in my office. My kid, they're by our breakfast table. He puts them in his bag for his snacks. I mean, it's really, you saying this to your kid at college, it's like you're sending candy, but you just happen to be sending real greens.
And it might not be your kids. It's the same thing with my stepdad. I'm like, okay, I need you to make sure you're having your vitamins. Okay, I'll just do the gummies. Like that's it, right? We're all like that. I'm not asking you to change anything. Enjoy this holiday. I can't wait to go home, because I'm off for the next couple of days, and make cookies and sit around in pajamas and do things like that.
It's the best.
But I also know that in order to feel good after all of that, I need to have the vegetables and the things like that. So make it a gummy.
Yeah, and I love that you in particular are saying, like, you'll do the cookies and stuff, but that's family. That's why we're here, right?
Yeah.
But then this just helps counter it off.
Here's what we have left, and you've got to do it quick because these are going fast. We've already sold out of orange completely. Already sold out of all of our 30-day count. We have, the 60-day count's going to sell out here in a moment. We're down to just the peach in the 60-day, and only about 100, and that is a ship date of the 13th. That's how popular the peach is. It's on an advanced order of the 13th. Now, I think you should get the peach, but I also think you should get it in the 120-day, and then you should also get either the mango or the apple, which will ship to you right now. These are my two favorite. And also, there's not a whiff of green aftertaste. If there was, my family would be out.
Absolutely. And my children, I don't care that they're my children, they would be like, absolutely not, Mom. I mean, we wouldn't be successful if it was. And there's a 2-year shelf life, age 4 and plus.
You're saving yourself money by doing this. Since launch, 19,000 sets have been picked up. That's 6,000 in Saturday morning queue. When you think about eating a little bit better and like talk to somebody like me who works with people who have maybe chronic conditions, and I'm like, you got to eat more vegetables, you got to eat more vegetables. And what I'm saying is go shopping and get your broccoli. Figure out we talk so much about how can you cook it so you like it. What's another vegetable that you can eat? Because 90% of US adults aren't getting enough vegetables, right? And so I'm saying buy things like your spinach and all of this, which, by the way, all of this is the same equivalence of this. Now, I'm not saying don't eat this. If you love this and you're going to eat it, please do it. Also take this, because you're probably not getting to this level. This is a week's worth of the food you would have to eat to get a week's worth of what you have right here. And this is what Centers for Disease Control says that we need. So save yourself money. Dawn, do you remember years ago when we had that phone call, that conversation with the woman who called us who was blind, so she couldn't go to the grocery store all the time.
The blind
Things
backpack.
we don't even think about. Yeah, she brought her little backpack to the grocery store, but she couldn't get all the vegetables. She's like, this is a lifesaver for me.
I mean, and that I obviously never thought of. That's like a whole nother level of, amazing.
Maybe where you live, you can't get fresh vegetables. Maybe it just doesn't work for you. Maybe you can't stomach them. This is the way to be able to get those essential vitamins that you need from vegetables in a really tasty way for a lot less expensive. I know that $149 looks like, it looks like a lot to you, but when you think about how much you would spend on groceries to get what you get out of this, it's really, really not. There's the peach, there's the mango, and then there is the apple. You have like a minute left on 60 days. Then there is the 90-day, And the most popular, which is where you should go, very smart, is the 120. Great to see you. I love you.
Oh.